welcome to this week's episode of Nicole's Notions. Today we are talking about embroidery hoops. When you buy your embroidery machine, it comes with some standard size hoops. Today we're going to share with you some specialty hoops and some hoops of some different sizes that maybe you haven't thought about using yet. The first hoop that I want to show you today is this 200 by 200 Quilter's hoop. This is one of our absolute favorite hoops to use. This is the go-to hoop for a vast majority of embroiderers out there, and the reason why is because it is a perfect square size. It's a little bit bigger than your 240 by 150 that we all love to use and we use regularly, but this one's going to give you a little bit more room. It's going to use up more of your stabilizer. It's going to allow you to embroider a little bit bigger designs without having to go to that big 360 by 200 hoop. The next hoop that we want to show you today is the 260 by 260. Now this is another square hoop and it is for use with the Icons and the Epic. So it's for the larger machines. So anyone who has any of the Pro series or the Brilliant series, you're going to want to stay with this 200 by 200. But if you've got one of the big boy machines, you can go ahead and step up to this 260 by 260. Again, it's going to give you a larger workspace without having to pull out your huge gigantic hoop. One of the specialty hoops that I want to show you today is this endless hoop. This works great on all the Pro models as well as your Icon models. This is a specialty hoop that will allow you to embroider a continuous design along the border of a quilt, the border of a dress, the border of a shirt, anything that you want to put on the edge of something. This will allow you, by moving your fabric and leaving your hoop in the machine, you can embroider all along that edge without ever having to guess as to where you need to be next. So think of a little girl's dress that has a pretty scallop trim along the edge or some eyelets along it that just gives it that little girl cute feel. This is the hoop you want to use for that. The last hoop that I want to show you today is this magnetic hoop. It is a hoop that many of our customers have come to love and use over and over again. This is not a hoop that you're going to clip into place like normal with the spring and the little clip. This, like I said, is a fully magnetic hoop. It is a very strong magnet. This hoop is available in many different sizes, so you can get it really small if you need something, or you can get a large hoop for it as well. The great thing about this hoop is because it's magnetic, you can use it to embroider on your quilt. So you could put a full quilt sandwich inside this hoop and not have to worry about snapping that spring down because the magnets are going to hold it together. This is also a really great hoop if you are embroidering on vinyl or leather or cork. Anything that you have to worry about getting hoop burn, which is when your hoop leaves behind marks on your fabric, that's what this hoop is for. Even though this is technically not a specialty hoop, and this is a hoop that most all of you already have in your stash at home, this is the 240 by 150. The quilt that you see behind me is from OESD. It's called The Night Before Christmas. I stitched this entire quilt out using this tiny little hoop. So you don't need to be intimidated by these large tile scenes because you use this tiny little hoop. This right here is one single block stitched out in this hoop, and then you just sew it together like you do any other project. So you don't need to be intimidated by large projects because you just take them slowly one block at a time. If you like to do large tile scenes like this, it is a good idea to always have two of these on hand because you can have one on your machine stitching out and you can have another one next to you with the stabilizer on it and ready to go. You have one that you're prepping and one that you're stitching. So because you've seen it this week on Nicole's Notions, that means it's on sale. So now's the time to stock up because whoop, there it is. From now until next Wednesday, all of these hoops that you see, all of our specialty hoops and all of our regular hoops are going to be on sale for 30% off. That's going to be between today and March 3rd. Thanks for having fun with us this month as we celebrated National Embroidery Month. Make sure you come back next Wednesday at 7 o'clock as we begin National Quilting Month, and we're going to have a ton of really great stuff for you to celebrate for Quilting Month.